Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia. That's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today is day 7 of our stressless 10-day yoga journey, and today is all about nourishment. So throughout this practice, we'll be moving through some postures to really stretch and nurture your body and invite in a little bit more ease. So whenever you're ready, let's get on the mat. Let's begin today lying down on our stomachs. So when you're ready, please make your way onto your belly. And as you come on down to your mat, let's take a moment to stack one arm on top of the other, almost like you're making a little square with the arms in front of you. The legs will spread out wide to the outer edges of your mat as your forehead comes down to rest on your arms. Taking a moment here perhaps to wiggle the hips side to side, helping you to relax the glutes, the low back. Relaxing your fingers, your toes, your jaw as you settle into this space of your yoga mat. And giving yourself a few moments here to simply be and breathe. Allowing yourself to be really present in this moment with your body and with your breath. And knowing that this time on your mat is just about you. Giving yourself the nourishment that you need so that you can really feel supported through the rest of your day off of your yoga mat. As you breathe here, noticing this rise and fall of your inhales and exhales. And allow this steady rhythm of your breath to draw you deeper into this state of presence, of calm, of nourishment. Almost like listening to the sound of waves on the ocean. That steady rhythm, that in and out rise and fall. And when you're ready, we'll take one final inhale here. Nice slow exhale. Slowly begin to lift your head up away from your arms. Draw your hands back to either side of your chest, and then slowly come back down onto the chest, maybe letting your forehead touch the mat. From here, reaching your left arm straight out by your side so your hand is in line with your shoulder. Anchoring down through that left arm as you slowly roll onto your left side body, coming into a stretch for that left side here. So notice if your head is kind of floating up off the mat, you always have the option to bring a block, a pillow, a blanket right there underneath the left ear. Maybe your head can rest all the way down onto the mat, simply looking for this stretch through the shoulder, the neck, the upper back. And we'll stay for just another moment here as we breathe in and breathe out. Now with your next natural exhale, move really slowly to unwind this shape. Coming out the same way you came in, rolling back onto your belly. And as you arrive, draw that left hand in, and let's reach the right arm out. So right arm either straight out to your side, or if you don't have space like me, I have a wall right here, you can bend the elbow and bring the elbow in line with your shoulder. From your belly, take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, push through that left hand, start to roll yourself onto your right side. Again, finding support under that right ear, maybe the mat, maybe a prop. And then resting that top leg wherever it feels natural for you. So maybe the left leg comes forward, maybe it stacks, maybe the foot even drops back behind for a little support. And again, tuning into this stretch for the chest, the shoulder, the side of the neck. We'll stay for another breath in here. Complete breath out. With your next natural exhale, start to slowly unwind this shape, really, really slow as you come back onto your belly. Drawing that right hand next to your chest, elbows hugging into your sides. Take an inhale, push through your palms to lift up off your belly. As you exhale, bring your big toes together behind you, sink your hips towards your heels, and find your child's pose. Just here for about 3 rounds of breath for now. Lengthening through the spine, feel the stretch through the back body. Finding once again that really expansive rhythm of your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Letting your breath really draw you deeper into this practice today. Now with your next inhale, slowly rise up towards all fours, hands and knees. Now if you'd like to bring a little cushion under your knees, now would be the time to do so. So maybe you find a blanket or roll up your mat a couple times. And then once you feel ready, tuck the toes behind you. Start to walk your hands back towards your knees until you can come all the way to stand on the knees here. Drop your shoulders back and down, turning the palms to face forward. Lifting up tall through the crown of your head, let's take a breath in. And go ahead and sigh it out. With your next breath in, reach your arms to the sky, lifting up through the fingertips. As you breathe out, start to send your hips back, bring your arms forward, bowing towards the mat. Lift up onto your fingertips, look forward as you inhale. And as you exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper, almost like you're coming back into child's pose. Then breath in, lift your hips, reach your arms to the sky, get tall. As you exhale, hands pass through heart center to release the arms down. Again, just like that, inhaling, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale to send your hips back, bring your arms forward. Inhale, little halfway lift action, send the heart forward. And exhale, fold over the thighs, release down. With your inhale, rising all the way up, powering through the legs. Exhale, hands down through heart center to release the arms. One more time, following your breath, inhaling, arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, little lift of the chest. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands come through heart center and arms drop down by your sides. Pause for a breath in here and let it out. And when you feel ready, hands will come back down towards your mat, coming through that tabletop position. So stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and maybe wiggle around for a moment to find your nice long spine. Anchoring down through your left palm, take an inhale, sweep your right arm open, lift your chest. As you exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left, reaching for that left edge of your mat. Dropping your right shoulder, right ear, all the way down to the floor as you find your thread the needle. So options with that left hand, you can keep it right there next to your nose. Might feel nice to walk your left hand towards the top of your mat, find some length through the side of the waist. Or you might like to take a half bind, bringing that left hand back behind you, reaching towards your right hip. So choose what feels best for your body in this moment, somewhere you can really settle in for these next 3-ish rounds of breath here. Now before we were stretching through the chest, the front of the shoulder, Now we're taking a moment to really get into the back of the shoulder here, the upper back. Feeling a little release of some tightness around the neck, the shoulders, maybe even the jaw, the forehead. Let's stay for another inhale here. Nice slow exhale. Planting down through that left palm. Take your inhale to rise up. Open that right arm to the sky. And exhale, place that right palm down to the mat. Find your tabletop position. 3 rounds of our cat-cow here. Inhale, shoulder blades together, lift the heart. Exhale, round your spine, lift your belly. Again, inhaling, arching the back. And exhaling, rounding your spine. One more round here. Inhale. And exhale. At the bottom of that exhale, returning to your nice long spine, finding neutral. This time anchoring down through your right palm. Take an inhale, sweep your left arm open to the sky. As you exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right, dropping your shoulder, your ear down towards the mat. Now once again, if your ear is not quite touching the floor, you can always grab a pillow, a block, something to place underneath your head for support. Then same options with that right hand, whatever feels best for this side of the pose. And we'll settle in once again for about 3 rounds of breath. Checking in with any sensations around that left shoulder. Maybe even drawing some breath into that space behind the heart, that point right between the shoulder blades. And feeling that within these poses, these really sweet stretches, your breath is really what brings in this deep, deep nourishment. Let's take another inhale right here. And exhale, let it out. Planting down once again through that right palm. Take an inhale to rise up. Left arm sweeps open. And exhale, bringing that left hand down to the mat. Beautiful. Sit your hips to one side. Swing your legs around in front of you. Let's come to seated here. If you'd like, you can take a moment to stretch your legs out long and give them a little shake, a little wiggle. We're going to keep that left leg extended. Please bend your right knee and draw it in towards your chest. Now, option here to keep hold behind the knee here at the back of the thigh, or right hand to your thigh, left hand to your right foot. And we're just going to circle through that right hip here. So nothing fancy, just making some circles, maybe even a little wiggle side to side. This doesn't have to be any specific movement or posture. Just looking to feel into this space of the right hip. Check out what's going on. You might even rock around a little bit to get a little massage for the booty here. See what feels good for you. Awesome. And when you're ready, we're going to guide that right foot to the outer edge of the left thigh, planting your foot down onto the mat and sitting up nice and tall. Take an inhale right here. As you exhale, turn your chest towards your right knee. Drop that right hand back behind you as you find your twist. So finding our twist here, anchor your hips down into the mat as you lift your rib cage up off of your hips, creating all this space for the spine and holding it together by gently drawing your belly button in. And we'll stay in our twist for about 3 more rounds of breath. Notice if you're holding on to your fingers, your toes, your jaw, and see if you can soften. Invite in a little bit more ease to the shape. Let's stay for one more inhale here. As you exhale, slowly unwind, turn your chest back to center. Uncross that right leg, now bringing the sole of your foot either to your inner thigh or to your inner calf. Keeping that right knee open, maybe finding a prop underneath the knee. And then once again, sitting up really nice and tall up on your sits bones. Lengthening your arms to the sky, take an inhale here. As you exhale, reach your arms forward, start to fold over your left leg any amount. Allowing some softness to enter into that left knee. Again, inviting in just a little bit more ease each time that we take a breath in these poses. Noticing if you can rest the weight of your body into your yoga mat, into the earth. Allowing yourself to have that support underneath you so that you can really relax and stretch the body. And let's stay for about 3 more rounds of breath here. With your next natural inhale, begin to rise up out of this fold, lifting your chest. Gently bring that right knee back up towards the sky and then stretch that right leg out. And again, opportunity to give your legs a little shake before we switch sides. Awesome. Now this time, right leg will stay long, left knee will bend, bringing it in towards your chest. Maybe keeping both hands at the back of the knee, or maybe reaching your right hand down for your left foot. And we'll start to make some circles through that left hip here. Again, letting this movement be really organic. So feeling into the sensations of the left hip and moving in any way that feels good for you. So maybe you lean back into it, wiggle around to get that little massage for the left butt cheek here. And as always, breathing as you move, creating space with this combination of breath and movements. Awesome. When you're ready, begin to guide that left foot to the outer edge of the right thigh, planting your foot to the earth. Sitting up a little bit taller here, take an inhale. As you exhale, take your twist, turning your chest towards your left knee. Once again, feel that anchoring down through the hips, that lift through the spine. Keeping this gentle core connection here, just so that we're really keeping the spine happy as we twist. And maybe you can feel the collarbone spread a little wider, creating space across the chest. As we take about 2 more rounds of breath here. Now all together, let's take one more inhale in our twist. As you exhale, begin to unwind, bringing your chest back through center. Guiding that left foot over to the inner thigh or inner calf of that right leg. Opening the left knee wide as we set up for our forward fold. Lifting up tall, take an inhale, reach your arms to the sky. As you exhale, reach your arms, your heart forward as you begin to fold over the right leg. Imagine that your hips can move back as your heart reaches forward, almost like you were trying to kiss your toes. Finding that length through the back of the right leg, but also keeping some length through the spine as well. And as we stay for about 3 more rounds of breath, can you find somewhere to soften, to invite in a little bit more of that ease, that relaxation? That's not always the easiest thing for us to do, so try and do so without any judgment or expectations for yourself. here for one more breath in and breath out. With your inhale, slowly begin to rise back up to a nice tall seat. Bring that left leg long next to your right. Once again, maybe shake out the legs, windshield wiper the feet. Beautiful. Then scooting your booty towards that midpoint of your mat. Let your knees bend, planting down through the feet. And as you're ready, slowly roll yourself all the way down onto your back, coming to rest down on your yoga mat. And as you land on your yoga mat here, maybe taking a moment just to really feel your body supported by the earth underneath you. Your spine nice and long, back body relaxed. Breath moving freely in and out through your nose, creating this gentle rise and fall of the belly. And then when you feel ready, one leg at a time, begin to draw your knees in towards your chest. Bringing your hands to the backs of your thighs and opening your legs nice and wide here as if your knees were trying to plug into your armpits. Now start to kick your heels up towards the sky, keeping the knees bent, starting to come into a happy baby shape here with the legs. Now, option one is hands stay at the backs of the thighs, just giving a little weight to really stretch through the hips. Option two is to reach up for your ankles or for your big toes to come into your happy baby. Whatever feels best for you here, take your body there now. And then you have the option as well to stay in stillness, take a few breaths here. Or maybe explore a little bit of movement, stretching out through the legs, maybe rocking side to side across the spine. Noticing as always what feels best for your body and choosing that most nourishing option here today. And we'll stay for about 3 more rounds of breath. Again, movement or stillness, that's up to you. And with your next natural exhale, slowly begin to collect your knees back together in front of your chest. Maybe take a moment to wrap yourself up in a nice big hug. Take a little rock side to side. And then keeping your legs together in front of your chest, spread your arms out nice and wide to either a T or a cactus shape here. Take an inhale, walk the shoulder blades underneath you. As you exhale, drop your knees over towards the right side of your mat, moving into a twist. Now, as you arrive, always the freedom to readjust, add props as needed. Maybe bringing something between or underneath your legs just to support the hips and low back. And once you've settled into that place where you feel best, see if you can invite in a bit of stillness, at least for these next 3 rounds of breath. Maybe even closing your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you. Allowing the natural rhythm of your breath to slow its pace. Let's take another inhale right here. Exhale completely. As you inhale, slowly make your way back onto your back, knees drawing in towards your chest. Taking an inhale again to prepare. And an exhale to drop your knees, this time to the left side of your mat. Taking your time to readjust, add some props. Get yourself all comfy, cozy as you settle into stillness for the next few breaths. Finding that soft gaze or closing the eyes completely as you drop into these few moments of stillness and quiet. Let's take another inhale here. Exhale completely. With your next inhale, slowly rolling back to center, coming back onto your back. One more time, maybe giving your knees a hug, wrapping yourself up. And as you feel ready, beginning to make your way into your final resting pose for today. So perhaps that means legs stretch out long, arms drop down by your sides. Maybe you'd like to take a different variation with the arms or legs. And as you settle into stillness for this final pose of our practice, allow your eyes to close once more or your gaze to soften. And as best you can, allow your physical body to relax. Unclenching your fingers, your toes, your jaw. Softening the spaces around your hips, your belly, your shoulders. Knowing that it is okay to be held here in this moment, to be supported and nurtured. And allowing yourself a few moments to really feel into this nourishment, this rest of your final Shavasana. If you'd like to stay longer, please feel free to do so. When you're ready to return, begin to bring your awareness back into your body, back into your physical space. Feeling where your body is resting on the earth. And beginning to bring some movement back into your body. Starting small, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. Starting to move and stretch in any way that feels good as you reawaken. And eventually rolling over onto the right side of your body. Taking your time as you transition here. From this position on your side, pressing through your hands to come all the way up to a seated position on your mat. Again, taking your time, there's no rush. And as you make your way into your comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed or your gaze soft, and perhaps bringing your hands together to meet in front of your heart. Taking a moment here to thank yourself for showing up to this practice today. And thanking your practice for everything that it has to offer you. I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat. Namaste. Be well.